up? It's your girl Rajane. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome my baby. Look at you coming over to the winning side. Yes, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so you don't miss any other videos on my channel, because why would you want to do that? This is where you want to be, okay? Today, y'all, I got another boo tales for you guys, because come on now, like, it is, what is it, October 17th, and we are winding down to Halloween. October is going to be over soon, and we're going to be heading into November. So these boo tales are slowly gonna stop. You know, the vlogs, these little Vlogtobers are slowly gonna slow down some, because the month of October is almost done. But you know, I'm still gonna get that content out for you guys. But today I have another boo tales for you guys. Now listen, I have a feeling it's gonna give what it's supposed to give, and it better, okay? Like, listen, for real, I just feel like it will. So today's boo tales is called Love Letter. So without further ado, let's just get to it. Okay, so let's get to it. Okay, mind you, my AI, because I was like, all right, now with this one, you better really spice it up. I need that spice level to be like, not spice, like, you know, spice, but I need the other spice. Like, I need that scare level to be like at 100. So it gave me two different versions of the story, and I chose this version. So hopefully it's gonna give us some, okay? So let's do it. It's called Love Letter. They say love is supposed to be sweet, but for Harper Evans, love was a nightmare. It all started with a note. A simple folded up piece of paper slipped into Harper's locker, found after a long, tiring day at Edgewood High School. Harper wasn't the kind of girl who got love notes. She was quiet, shy, and kept to herself. While other girls flaunted their relationships and popularity, Harper lived in the background, unnoticed by most. So when she found that small, unassuming letter, her heart skipped a beat. Maybe for once someone had noticed her. Someone had seen beyond her introverted nature and wanted to make her feel special. The note was simple, almost sweet. I've been watching you. You're beautiful in ways others don't see. Soon you'll understand how much you mean to me. What the hell is that? Who was this? I've been watching you. Why would you start off like that? That sounds very sus. Okay. Harper wasn't sure what to make of it. It was flattering, but something about it unsettled her. The handwriting was almost too neat, too precise, like someone had taken their time. Obsessive even. Still, she dismissed it as nerves. She wasn't used to this kind of attention, so it felt foreign. She decided to ignore the strange feeling twisting in her gut and slid the note into her bag. That night, as she lay in bed, she thought about the letter. Who could have written it? Harper had no real friends at school and had never dated anyone. She tried to shake the uneasy feeling creeping up her spine, but her thoughts kept circling back to the note. There was something about the phrase, "I've been watching you," that felt wrong. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you start off the note like that? "I've been watching you." Like, it just don't sound right. Like, and then you tell me how beautiful she is, and then you don't know how much she means to you. What does that mean? Like, so you've just been feeling, okay, you know what, okay. The next day, Harper found another letter in her locker. You're always alone. See, girl, at this point, like, these are signs at this point. Like, the way he's starting off with these letters. Okay. You're always alone. I can't stand to see you by yourself. But don't worry, soon you won't be. I'll make sure of it. All right, now we done now, because you know he doing too much. Like, you know how some people is good with their words. Okay, he's good with his words on another level. On another level. You hear me? Like, Harper felt as a cold sweat break out across her skin. This wasn't sweet anymore. Baby, it never was. It never was. Why would you think it was? This was creepy. She looked around the crowded hallway, searching for any suspicious faces, but everyone seemed normal, going about their day. Who was doing this? Was it a prank? She crumpled up the note and threw it away, trying to shake off the growing fear gnawing at her insides. The third note came 2 days later. I don't like it when you ignore me, Harper. You shouldn't have thrown away my letter. I'm always watching. That's what I was about to say. So that she crumpled up and threw it away. I'm like, girl, how you know he's not watching you? Because remember he just said, I've been watching you. Baby, that means he's always watching you. At this point, he's stalking, okay? Her breath hitched. This was no joke. Someone was watching her. But how? She didn't have a phone, no social media accounts, and she made a point to avoid attention. Was someone following her? Girl, catch up. Yes. The next few days was torturous. Harper could feel eyes on her wherever she went, lurking in the shadows of the school hallways, on her way home, and even at the local coffee shop where she sometimes studied. Her paranoia grew, and she found herself constantly looking over her shoulder, but there was never anyone there. It was like the air itself was heavy, with someone's presence close enough to touch, but always just out of sight. She started skipping classes, hiding in the bathroom or sneaking out early just to avoid the suffocating feeling, but the letters kept coming. Every day there was a new note in her locker. They became more personal, more threatening. Do you really think you can hide from me? I'm closer than you think. How close? How close are we talking? Cause you not this close. So like how close are we really talking? One morning, Harper opened her locker to find not just a letter, but a photograph. Okay, a paragraph. Well, sometimes you got more to say. It's a photograph. A picture of her taken from behind as she walked alone to her house the previous night. Her heart stopped. Whoever was doing this knew where she lived. Her hands shook as she stuffed the photo into her bag. This was more than just a stalker. This was someone who was willing to cross lines, someone dangerously obsessed. That night, Harper couldn't sleep. Every creak of her old house felt magnified. Every gust of wind through her window like a whisper. She lay frozen in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to calm the rapid beating of her heart. And then around 3 a.m., she heard it, a tap, tap, tap on her bedroom window. She bolted upright, her blood running cold. Slowly, she turned her head toward the sound. There was nothing there, just darkness. Her mind raced. Was it the wind? Her imagination? Then it happened again. Tap, tap, tap. Harper felt bile rise in her throat. She didn't want to look, but she couldn't stop herself. She slid out of bed, creeping toward the window, her bare feet cold against the wooden floor. Her breath fogged up the glass as she leaned closer, squinting into the darkness outside. And then a face appeared. That'll get you, like, listen. And then she goes on, was it the wind that did the tap, tap, tap? What went? Okay, you know what? It was only there for a split second. A pale, ghostly face staring back at her from the other side of the window. Harper screamed and stumbled backward, heart pounding, chest tight. She fumbled for her phone, but her shaking hands couldn't dial fast enough. By the time she looked back, the face was gone. Was she going crazy? No. She knew what she saw. The police came, but there was no sign of anyone outside. No footprints, nothing. They brushed it off as a prank, maybe some neighborhood kid messing with her. But Harper knew better. It wasn't just a prank, it was him. The person sending the letters. He had come for her. The next day, the final letter appeared. I'm coming for you tonight. Be ready. I'll finally make you mine. Nah, I'm coming for you tonight. I'm sorry. This time, Harper didn't throw it away. She went to her teacher, the school principal, anyone who would listen. But they all said the same thing. It was probably a joke. High school kids love to mess with each other. But Harper knew better. This wasn't just some harmless prank. She could feel the weight of the letter, the seriousness behind it. That night, Harper didn't sleep. She sat up in bed, clutching a baseball hat, her eyes darting toward the window, waiting for the inevitable. Around 2 a.m., she heard footsteps. But this time, they weren't outside. They were inside her house. Slow, deliberate, as if someone was walking down the hall, coming closer. Her bedroom door creaked open. Standing in the doorway was a figure, barely visible in the dim light, but she could make out the same face from the window, the pale, haunting face that had been watching her. His eyes were wide, unblinking, a twisted smile spreading across his lips. I told you I was coming for you, he whispered, stepping into her room. Harper screamed, swinging the bat wildly. But it was no use. He was too quick, too strong. He grabbed her by the wrist, pulling her toward him, his grip like iron. But then out of nowhere, the sound of sirens filled the air. Blue and red lights flashed through the window, and the figure's smile faltered. He let go of Harper, disappearing into the shadows just as quickly as he had come. Nick, where you going? The police burst in, but it was too late. The man was gone, leaving no trace behind. Harper was left shaken, broken, and haunted by the man who had come for her in the night. They never found him. No one ever knew who he was or why he had chosen her. But Harper learned a hard lesson. Sometimes love isn't sweet. Sometimes love is a twisted, dangerous obsession that consumes everything in its path. So I guess the lesson was true love doesn't hide in the shadows or thrive on fear. When someone's affection turns into obsession, it can destroy everything in its wake. The scariest thing about love is when it turns into something you can no longer control. Oh my gosh. How do y'all feel about that? First of all, who the hell was this man? And she's in high school. So back to my question, who the hell was this man? A grown man messing with a girl in high school. Now, I don't know what grade she was in. It never really got into that. See, this is what I be saying, my AI. You know, I mean, I still felt like they did a little something. You know, they did a little something. But it was like, it wasn't really giving the details that I had mentioned, you know? Like, what grade was she in high school? Okay. Who was this man? How did he even know who she was, where she lived? How was he getting these notes in her locker? Like, there's just so many questions. So many questions. Like, where did this man come from? Why did he choose her of all people? Like, is it someone that she knows low-key for real? Like, some random man that saw her out of school and thought she was cute and then just was like, I don't like it at all, because it's too much. And don't you just hate when you be trying to tell the teachers and whatnot, and the police like, hey, this and this is happening, but they're just like, oh, it's just a joke, it's just a prank, it's not that serious, it's nothing to be stressed about. But I'm getting letters every day. That's what she's saying. I'm getting letters every day or every other day talking about he's watching me, he wants me, I'm about to be his. Like, and y'all are not taking it serious enough. I feel like the lesson should be, obviously, like, I don't know, be careful, of course, you know, be careful. Even though she had no social medias and things like that, still be careful, and at this point, be very cautious. Tell whoever you need to tell. And I'm talking about, tell somebody that you actually know is going to do something. Like, and they're actually going to have your back. Because the people in this story just let that, they were just like, oh, it's just a prank. It's just, nah, like, we is not playing with that, okay? Anything that just seems very suspicious and it just be up in here, like it don't feel right, we be with it, okay? Because we're not playing them type of games. Like, people in this story just playing way too much. They taking it way too lightly. But I would say once you like are in that kind of position, like, tell somebody that, or tell people that you know truly care and that they not gonna play about you, okay? And make sure they got your back for real, and just be cautious. Be aware of your whereabouts. I would say a lesson is to, like, be aware of your whereabouts, but don't be so consumed like being on your phone, or to the point where it's like you're not paying attention to what's in front of you or what's around you. You know what I'm saying? Because what if this man, since he's been watching her, what if he just would have snatched her up and she wouldn't have noticed? You know what I mean? I mean, she don't have social media or anything like that, but still, like, in these type of situations, social media is a huge thing, and people be on their phones and stuff like that. So don't be too, like, consumed in your phone where, like, you're not paying attention to, like, who could really be watching you for real and knowing your whereabouts. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, this man was following her. He was stalking her. He was stalking her. Okay? Keep all the receipts that you need to keep, okay? To let people get the proof that they need to see. It's just so horrible. What I can say is that I don't know, like, there be people that really be obsessed and they take it to a whole nother level. I'm talking about stalking people, find out where they live, sending letters, roses, gifts, pictures. He had a picture of her, y'all. Like, how close was he really? Who was this man? Like, I'm so confused. I'm so confused, y'all. Like, what is going on? Like, just be careful, y'all. Okay, because you really do got stalkers out here that be really, really creepy, and who knows, they probably going through stuff in their own head that they need to just work through. But the fact that they're putting that onto everybody else is crazy. Like, you know how scared that girl was? And where was her parents at? See, my AI tripping for real. She wasn't given this type of information that I've been needing. You know what? At this point, I feel like I need to read these boo tales before I come up in here and read it to y'all, because I don't know if it's really giving what it's supposed to be. Let me know in the comments down below. I feel like the lesson would just be just to be careful, you know? This man came out of nowhere, so we don't even know who this man truly is. But I would just say always have a really strong support system. Make sure you got people that don't play about you and they got your back for real. And be cautious, be aware of your whereabouts. Don't be so distracted where you're not paying attention to what's going on around you, because that's how she could have got. You know what I'm saying? He came into her house. Where was her parents? I'm saying, because we all really could have just, I'm like, how many people's in the house? Like, it would have been done. Where he disappeared to? Where he going? He wouldn't have been nowhere. He wouldn't have made it out that room, to be honest. Just saying. But let me know if I should be reading these boo tales before I be telling them. Because did y'all think that was scary enough? Was that spooky enough for y'all? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about this boo tales. How would you spice it up? I don't know. Let me know. I feel like at this point I may have to like read these boo tales before I come up and start reading them to you, because I don't know if it's giving what it's supposed to be giving, you know. And I said more details, more like scariness, more suspense, you know. Let me know, because like I said, October is slowly coming to an end, so we need that scare level to really be where it needs to be. So I don't know, I might have to even go on my Instagram and start asking what's up, because I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's boo tales. I hope that it gave a little bit of fear, a little bit of scare for you, some questions in your mind. I hope it did something. I really did. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because let's be besties, y'all. Let's be best friends, for real. You don't want to miss any other content, for real. But without further ado, I'm about to head out. Stay spooky.